Happy holidays from KWQC TV6.
You're watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad City's #1 station for news. This is KWQC TV6 Quad Cities Today.
Good morning, and thank you so much for waking up with us here on Quad Cities Today.
Good morning, everyone. It is your Tuesday morning. We hope everyone had a wonderful holiday, and what a warm holiday it was at that. What a strange day.
Yeah, you know, we were all the way in the mid-50s, and yeah, we've had a lot of fog, had a lot of rain, but today we're starting to transition back into winter, and we'll likely track at least a chance for some snow here as we head into the next 36 hours.
Okay.
So, yeah, getting right back to it. But yesterday on Christmas, we officially hit 56 in the Quad Cities, 54 in Clinton, and even a pair of 55s or even a trio of 55s here along Highway 34 from Galesburg all the way into Mount Pleasant. Now, we have the dry air wrapping in at the moment, and we have mostly cloudy skies. I do not expect to see a whole lot of sunshine today, but there will be at least some breaks in these clouds. It doesn't mean, though, that it's going to get very warm. We're down to 36 right now. We're pretty much going to stay fairly steady here the rest of the day. We have these winds coming in from the south and southwest, and again, worth noting, sunset now at 4:38, a little bit later in the evening as we're starting to increase our daylight time. Right now it's 36 in Rock Falls, 33 there in Galesburg, 36 in Muscatine. So we're dry on Doppler radar at the moment, but as we continue into the afternoon, we'll probably get some wraparound flurries trying to work their way in. Areas west of the Quad Cities most favored for that. Otherwise, it's just cloudy and pretty steady here today with most of us in the mid to upper 30s all the way into the afternoon, into the early evening. We'll talk more about those increasing chances for some snow on Wednesday in your first alert forecast. Mainly overcast here for a large portion of your Tuesday, but I can't rule out maybe some scattered flurries here, especially this afternoon, west and southwest of the Quad Cities. A better chance for a wintry mix or even some minor snow accumulations here on Wednesday morning along Highway 34. Less than an inch, though, and roads will be in good shape because we've been so warm. A lot of it melts on contact. For the rest of the week, we're still going to be relatively mild here by December standards. We're in the low 40s here as you head into Friday and Saturday. Another cold front Saturday night. No precipitation with it. Leads to sunshine highs in the mid-30s here for the New Year's holiday.
This is a TV6 update.
Good morning. It's 7:27. I'm Dustin Nolan with your TV6 News update. The name of a 25-year-old man hit by a car in Davenport has yet to be released. Davenport police say he is facing serious injuries. It happened Saturday night around 10:30. A car driving south on Waverly hit the man who was walking along the shoulder of the road. He was taken to the hospital. The driver, a 45-year-old man, was uninjured. The incident remains under investigation. We're working to gather more information now. We'll update you on air and online when we know more. Former President Donald Trump announcing another campaign rally in our area. In the first week of the new year, the Commit to Caucus rally will be held January 6th at Clinton Middle School. Doors open at 1, with the event starting at 4. You must register for tickets to attend. You can find that link on our news app and website right now. All right, Kevin has your forecast next.
Quite a bit of cloud cover here to start off your Tuesday morning. Temperature's been pretty steady as well. We're hanging out in the mid-30s here from Clinton to Moline and Muscatine. If we have some sunshine, we would likely see a few breaks here over the next couple hours. Otherwise, you're mainly cloudy here today. And areas west of the Quad Cities could see a few flurries here heading into the afternoon. A better chance for maybe some minor accumulations of a wintry mix or some light snow along Highway 34 arrive Wednesday morning. Otherwise, we're mainly going to be dry here for the rest of the week. Another maybe wintry mix chance late Thursday night into Friday. But a lot of sunshine Friday afternoon. Highs in the 40s here all the way into Saturday.
Wintry conditions across the U.S. could cause headaches for holiday travelers. We have the latest coming up. Plus, the Powerball jackpot is on the rise after no one won in the Christmas drawing. We'll tell you how much you could win.
Certainly not hitting the weather jackpot here today. We've got lots of clouds, cooler temperatures, maybe a few snowflakes here today with a chance of a wintry mix in some areas tomorrow. All the details coming up in your first alert forecast. Quad Cities today at 11 starts now.
You're watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, the station that cares for you. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news, this is TV6 News at 11.
Your top story this morning on Quad Cities today at 11. A major winter storm could bring headaches to parts of the U.S. today on what is a busy travel day. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jenna Jackson in for Morgan. That winter storm is blanketing parts of the plains and upper Midwest, making for dangerous travel conditions.
You're watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news, this is KWQC TV6 News at noon.
Welcome back. While you may still be recovering from Christmas, plans are in the works to celebrate New Year's Eve. NBC's Stephanie Gosk is in New York's Times Square with a look at the work already going in to make this year's celebration safe.
Well, hello, Quad Cities. Today on the show, the recording session that brought the Hello song to the Quad Cities through TV6. Our chief photographer shares his close encounter with this woman who sings the song. The happy diabetic chef is back with us today. That's Robert Lewis. He was a former regular here who came on in the late 90s or so. He encouraged us all when it comes to healthy eating. And not just for diabetic eating as well. He's here today, Robert, and we're talking life transitions, how to handle big changes and small changes too as we approach this new year. Welcome to Paula Sands Live on this day after Christmas. I hope you had a wonderful one. This is the first of 3 final shows before I wrap it up here and graduate from this job finally.
Now on TV6 News.
Now on your news at 4, U.S. officials are in Mexico in an effort to fix the border crisis, how they're hoping Mexico can help. A local bookstore is closing its doors. The owner says they're taking the business in a new direction. And it's never too late to get healthy, how you can prioritize your health in 2024. Your news at 4 starts now.
You're watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news, this is KWQC TV6 News at 4.
We begin with a look at weather conditions after getting some snow and rain in the area. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marcia in for Sharon. Meteorologist Kiel is here with a look at what to expect tonight in the first alert forecast. Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Marcia. Things are going to start to dry out just a bit after we did see a bout of rain and snow. Saw some reports out of Aledo, Illinois, as well as over toward Columbus Junction of some of that snow kind of getting on the ground, the grassy surfaces, but not too many issues on the roadway. Right now, it's primarily just some light rain and drizzle across the TV6 viewing area from Galesburg over toward Burlington down to Kiel, getting some reports of some light rain. Might be a few wet snowflakes mixed in around Wayland up toward Washington, and then as you get off to the west there toward Keota and Fairfield. But overall, not too many issues expected here this evening. And temperatures are really going to hold steady and maybe just fall a few degrees here as we head into the overnight. But you see that little spin there near St. Louis. That's that low pressure that's going to continue to pivot east. But we're going to continue to get wraparound energy that's going to move back into the TV6 viewing area as we head into tomorrow. That'll bring another round of some snow and potentially a rain snow mix in the afternoon hours here for your Thursday. Right now, upper 30s to low 40s. We managed to get to 42 degrees in Moline, Davenport, as well as Princeton, Illinois. We'll have temperatures again staying in the 30s here overnight. It's not until after daybreak that we do start to see the snow move in from north to south. We'll have the timing on that and let you know how much accumulation you could expect and if it'll impact impact the roads. Coming up in your First Alert forecast.
Now on TV6 News.
Coming up at 5, holiday festivities canceled in one of the holiest places in the world. How the Israel-Hamas conflict is affecting Christmas. Accidents and disasters of this past year. How our local Red Cross responds here and all across the country. And getting in shape in 2024. Tips from health experts on sticking to those fitness goals for the new year. Your news at 5 starts right now.
You're watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news. This is KWQC TV6 News at 5.
Well, good evening on this Christmas Eve. Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Sands. We have an unusual weather pattern for Christmas. Topping our news at 5, there's Kyle Dickens here with a forecast that sounds more like Easter, I think. Kyle, we're lucky to get weather like this on Easter.
Right, exactly. I mean, you know how it goes. Once Easter comes, we'll see snow and, white Easter. But no, yeah, it's an odd one, that's for sure. With our next weather maker moving in tonight, that is going to be our gift from Mother Nature. Santa's going to be blessed with quite the rain activity overnight. Right now, taking a look outside. Travel's good. No issues right now, but as we head deeper and deeper into the nighttime hours, things will change as our next system moves in. But one thing that is... oh, look at that, 57 degrees. I don't recall a Christmas Eve quite like this with that southeast wind at 15. Feels like 57 out there. Dew point at 52 degrees. So it is, relatively speaking, we're getting close to that fully saturated mark, and that will be when we start to see those rain showers overspread the area. 50s pretty much throughout, mid to even upper 50s. Here is that rain, a little band of it starting to make its way into areas southwest of the Quad Cities. Heavier complex down to the south that will quickly overspread the area from south to north as we head into the evening hours and into the overnight hours. Rain moves in tonight. Rainy, messy day for your Christmas Eve. Let's time things out with a quick look at Exact Track here. You can see that rain starts to really move up into the area once we get to about 6 a.m. So tomorrow, pretty much from start to finish on your Christmas, is going to be pretty messy out there with rain. Could be some moderate rainfall as well. We're going to detail that, talk about some snow in the forecast and cooler temperatures. We'll detail that coming up.
Watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news. This is KWQC TV6 News at 6.
Hello, Quad Cities, and Merry Christmas. Good evening, I'm Larry Goodwin with your 6 o'clock news. It's Christmas Day, and many are trying to make it to their holiday destinations. There was a steady flow of travelers today at Midway Airport in Chicago. Some were festive in holiday gear, and the airport did not appear to be crowded. This holiday weekend, this is the busiest travel weekend of the year. With mild temperatures in Chicago and no snow, flight delays are minimal.
Watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news. This is KWQC TV6 News at 10.
Good evening on this Christmas Eve. I'm Paula Sands joining you tonight along with Kyle Dickens. And if you're dreaming of a white Christmas, we're sorry to tell you it's more like Christmas drizzle. You need a new dream now, right?
Exactly. Yeah, as you mentioned over in the 5 o'clock hour, it's kind of like an Easter forecast. It really is. Yes, good evening to you, Paula. It is definitely not the typical Christmas weather, but here we are with temperatures in the 50s, 57 right now, as we await Santa's arrival tonight. Southeast wind at 14. Feels like 57 out there across the region. It's pretty consistent right now, but we're watching watching is some rain moving through the area. Now, you could see that we had some move through here just a little bit ago. We're going to get a break before more of this activity starts to move through the area as we get into the overnight hours into your Christmas morning. Rain continues to move in. Heavier rain tomorrow. A steady rain all day through your Christmas. Once we get to Tuesday, though, yeah, cooler air moves in. And, of course, we're talking snow chances after Christmas. That's usually how it works around here. And then once we get into the morning hours here, about 7 a.m., that's when we'll see the rainy conditions start to move into the region with temperatures holding in the 50s. Breezy conditions as well. Not going to be the most pleasant of Christmases, weather-wise that is. But, again, we have a return to more winter-like weather as we get towards the end of next week. We'll detail that in your First Alert forecast coming up.